This is the GoPro Hero 11, and while you have newer GoPros like the 12 or the 13, they are both using the same sensor as the 11. Which means that the image quality of the GoPro Hero 11 is almost identical to the Hero 12 and 13. So how good is the GoPro Hero 11 today? Well, actually it is still a very good camera in my opinion. And this is also very interesting because it is cheaper than the 12 or 13 and you can get a good deal on these on the used market. And when we start to take a look at the build quality, it feels very nice and rugged. So it is the same build quality as the Hero 10 and 12. It has this touchscreen on the back, which sadly isn't the biggest, so you will have these big bezels around the screen, but that isn't that big of an issue. And what's also nice is that you have this screen here on the front and you can select it to show just some icons, but also a full live preview, and both screens can be turned on at the same time. So that's cool if you want to use it for vlogging. Obviously it's not a big screen, but it's still really useful to have. Here on the bottom you see you have the normal GoPro mount, so you can get it out of here, and then you just have the normal GoPro mount. So this one doesn't have the magnetic mount and it also doesn't have a built-in 1/4 inch mount. And what I really like is that it has these two buttons and it feels very rugged, so it doesn't feel like it's gonna break when I drop it. The build quality is really good, and it's also waterproof without putting an external case onto this, and it still has 3 microphones and they actually sound really good. And when we take a look at the video quality, it still looks really nice, but there is one downside of the video quality which I will get to later with this camera. But in daylight you can see the footage looks really well. In my opinion, GoPros have really nice colors and the color looks warm, which is something that I prefer, but sometimes the contrast can be a little bit too high, so that's something you need to keep in mind. And when you are shooting in 1080p, sometimes the sharpness looks a bit terrible, especially compared to some other 1080p cameras. The 1080p in this camera is just not as sharp as some other 1080p cameras. But when you switch to, for example, 4K or 5K, you can get a really nice image out of it. And it can go all the way up to 4K 120 FPS, so you can get some really nice slow motion effects. So right now I am recording on the GoPro Hero 11. I'm using it in 4K at 25 FPS. I'm using the internal microphone, stabilization is turned on, and I'm using medium sharpness. So how does the video look and how is the microphone? Is this a good camera for vlogging? Let me know in the comments down below. And as you can see, I am on the wide setting, so you will have a little bit of a fisheye distortion. What you can see is that the image is pretty stable, so that is nice. So this is the camera in wide mode. Now let's switch to linear, and now we are shooting at 4K in 25 FPS in the linear setting, which means that you don't have that fisheye distortion, but you can see that it is a lot more zoomed in, so keep that in mind. And it is a pretty cloudy day, so right now the camera is at about ISO 500, shutter speed 1/200 of a second in automatic mode. And because I have the custom GoPro Labs firmware on the camera, I can actually see which settings it is using. So I can see the shutter speed, but also the ISO. But the biggest downside of the GoPro Hero 11 when shooting video is definitely the low light performance. So when it gets already a little bit dark, so for example indoors right here, then the image quality will definitely start to get worse. And again, it doesn't have to be extremely low light, so even when it is just a dark day, then this thing can sometimes struggle a bit, especially with the stabilization. The stabilization on this camera is really aggressive, so when it is very bright outside you can see it looks really nice and it's like you are using a gimbal, and that's insane for a camera that's so small. But then when it gets darker, then it is still using the electronic stabilization, and to gather more light it lowers the shutter speed and also increases the noise. So then when you start moving around the camera, then it gets this weird blur effect. So then you want to turn off the stabilization, but then you will get the shaky image. So then you kind of have to choose between if you want a shaky image or a worse video quality in low light that is stable. And that's one thing that I don't really like. But what I mostly use is that I just turn off the stabilization so it looks more natural. And then I will lower the shutter speed so it will gather more light so you won't get too much noise. The only downside to that obviously is that then the image will be pretty shaky if you don't have a gimbal or anything. So then you have to hold the camera more stable to get the usable image. What's also better about this camera compared to the Hero 10 is that it has a taller sensor, which means that it captures more on the high and the low part of the frame. So that can be fun if you want to reframe your footage later. So it captures almost a square-like aspect ratio, and then you can zoom in to get more of a 16:9 image for YouTube, and then also crop to a vertical video for social media. The only downside to that though is that you need to shoot in a higher resolution, so keep that in mind. You also have the option, if you have the GoPro Labs firmware installed, to get an actual preview of the manual settings that are on here. So then you will see what the camera is doing in automatic mode with the shutter speed and the ISO. So that's really cool. The microphone quality of the GoPro Hero 11 still sounds really good. It definitely lacks some high-end. It won't be like an extremely professional microphone because it needs to be waterproof without a case, but it's definitely more than good enough for most things like vlogging, so you don't really need an external microphone. I also like the wind noise reduction function, so it will choose between a different microphone that doesn't have a lot of wind noise. And because it is the Hero 11, it will be cheaper than the newer version. So I think this is a really right balance between still having a very good image quality and a lot of features that are really cool to use while still being affordable. And of course, I've heard a lot of people say about how GoPros are not reliable at all. Well, for me, the Hero 11 has been really reliable. So I haven't had issues with it crashing or not recognizing SD cards. It's been working fine for me, but I also don't shoot in extremely high frame rates or high resolutions most of the time. Another downside of this camera I feel like is the battery life. It's decent, it's nothing amazing. Well, my camera has probably been used a lot already before I bought it, because I bought it used. So I can get about an hour out of it. So I definitely wish it was a lot more, because 1 hour is just almost nothing if you're just going to shoot for a whole day on vacation, for example, because that's what I use these cameras for. And you want them to run for a longer period of time. But again, I only have one battery and I bought it used. So that might be a reason why the battery won't be that good. So in conclusion, should you get a GoPro Hero 11 today? Well, I think it is still a really cool and nice option to use, because it has these dual screens, which means it's great for vlogging. It has a really good microphone system. It can shoot in a lot of frame rates, but keep in mind there are some limitations. So for example, I bought this one that has already been used a lot, which means the battery life isn't that great, but also the low light of this camera isn't good. It's also not good on the Hero 12 and 13. And the third thing that the 12 and the 13 do have is the mounting port here on the bottom for attaching it to a tripod. And the screen on the front might not be extremely big, so that's not the best. But other than that, I'm really happy with this camera because the image quality still looks good. It's really compact and has really nice stabilization and image quality when there is a lot of light. So you can get some really cool results. But what do you think of this GoPro? Let me know in the comments down below, and thank you so much for watching.